You're not too far away now as race 3 of the V8 Supercars, officially the end of the road for Mark Skaife. Very soon an on-track tribute, but right now a 7 special as Mark chats with our own Neil Crompton.
Well, Mark, it's all about to turn into a reality from having been a theory in recent weeks. Has it struck you that you're not going to run full-time in this series any longer?
Yes, and probably the fan and supporter reaction has been the thing that's probably made it most vivid. Like, people come up, ladies come up, crying, want to give me a cuddle, or write me a note, or kids coming up with beautiful pictures or whatever, stuff that means the end of driving full-time, the stuff that people are genuinely, even from the blue side. It's the only time I've ever in my life that people from the blue side are saying, well done. And that's probably been the bit that's hardest to comprehend, but also now to take in and get my brain around.
Mark Skaife will take out the Shell Championship Series.
Like, at what point did you say, you know what, I'm over this and I need to make this decision? Or did it not really evolve like that?
Probably Bathurst and Indy. I felt like, there's times this year where I felt like I've driven as well as I've ever driven. Wanneroo was good, the Grand Prix was good, Eastern Creek was good. Even in practice at Bathurst, I was driving very well. But I feel like the ultimate desire to drive at this threshold that I keep saying, it's very hard to articulate, but there's as you know, there's a part of driving cars that you can't explain how close you are to crashing all the time and how great that is. I mean, I know it sounds weird. I know there's a wiring problem there, but it's fantastic. It's a I don't know. It's not about the risk. It's not about the challenge, but it's about the sort of unforgiving nature of it and how you get the best from yourself in the car. And I just feel like it's not the real Mark Skaife there. I just feel like I can't do that at a level consistently as I've done it before, and I've always said that would be the time I stop.
Skaife, sensational in the Super Cheap Auto 1000. Skaife and Kelly do it.
Summarise your reign in the sport. Most blokes don't have to do that, but you're going to right now.
I would summarise it by saying it's been a great ride. I would say that I've been so lucky to compete against some of the best drivers of all time. I would say that at my best, I enjoyed the toughness and the ability to do some really good things that I know there were days that I drove the car as well as I could possibly drive the car. And in there's been great rivalries and there's been some great stuff, but I'm very proud of that part of my career. I'm very proud of having some of those races and some of those battles.
You've been moved by the words from some of your colleagues and competitors, even some of your enemies.
Yeah, look, Greg Murphy was almost in tears, when the breakfast was held earlier in the week, and it's one of those ones where from a competitor standpoint, you never give any of them an even break. I mean, you're trying to beat them all the time. It's real rivalry. It's intense, and it's almost unrelenting. But when guys, like Russell Ingall or Craig Lowndes or Greg Murphy, would walk up and shake hands and say, "Well done, mate, great job," that's sort of almost your best accolade, and I've been very humbled by their reaction.
And Mark Skaife will go back to back at Bathurst. He secures another Australian touring car title. But this is something that Mark Skaife will always remember. His 38th round victory.
Final thoughts here on Oran Park this weekend. When you pull the helmet on for race number 3, Velcro fasten, the gloves, hit the starter button, are you just going to be Mark Skaife, the race driver, or is this whole thing going to just flood over the top of it?
That's a very, very good question. I mean, I've got shivers thinking about it already. I mean, it's just, I can't answer you yet. I think if I tear up, I'll be, you know, in plenty of strife, and I think there'll be a few others. The finality of doing this full time and being such a big part of my life, I can't comprehend yet. I don't know.